I am spending the day at the Bone Valley Experience. It's a dry dig, so you dig in these piles that they have gotten out of a special location. And this material is basically seabed material. So you are going to find all kinds of shark's teeth. It's pretty nicely colored ones. And even some other stuff. This is a mouth plate of, I think, a ray. I think the pufferfish are a little smaller. And then this is a partial stinger barb. But I thought I'd also show you kind of the sifter. So before I actually start sifting, there was a shark's tooth that I noticed. A lot of the small ones kind of stick down like this. This one's missing a bit of the root. And what we can do is we got these buckets that we can put them in so that they can kind of soak up and then you can clean them off. But for now, let's get back to the sifting. You just take the sand and you run it through the sifter. And you're just looking for that shape and the color. And these are some examples of what you could find, shape-wise and color-wise. Now, I'm not too familiar with the species, so once I figure out the species, I'll definitely let you guys know. But you just basically grab your material, sift it through the grate, and anything that looks shark tooth shaped or has got kind of like these colors, you want to definitely pay more attention to. But I'm going to get back to sifting with my two hands, and I'll let you guys know if I find anything else interesting. This just rolled out on me. It's a little weird because it's got what looks to have 3 roots, which I don't know of any shark. Now, I'm not an expert at all, but I don't know of any shark that have 3 roots. So I'm definitely going to go and ask about this because this is a strange looking tooth. Really cool, but different. Just a quick detour, but I thought I'd show you folks what a Megalodon tooth can look like from this site. This was found on the same day I was there, and I won it in a giveaway at the end of the day. But let's get back to the shark teeth hunting, and I will show you this tooth again later on in the video. So far, that part of the pile I've been digging in has been generous. Check out this nice little tooth. Got some nice coloration, and I think it's all there. There might be just a little ding on the root, but the tooth is there, which is the big thing. And it's got a nice curve to it, actually. And if you look closely, so the trick is to just shovel as much as you can. And there's a bottom layer where there's black soil, and that's the bottom layer of the kind of the fill piles, or not fill piles, the piles that have the shark teeth in them. So you want to go straight to that black layer and then scrape into the pile, basically. I've been having the best luck doing that, finding lots of small shark teeth. Hopefully, before the end of today, I can find one big one, or at least one whole big one. I did find one decent sized one at the start, but the tip was broken, so hopefully this will work. And yeah, this black soil is the bottom, basically, so you want to go to where you start seeing black and scrape above that. Just get as much in the sifter as possible. Still got those serrations on it, which is pretty cool. Not gonna see that on the beach. Another tooth. Somebody just found a Meg. I'm hoping that I can find a Meg too. That would be cool. But another tooth. There's a smaller one that I found in this batch, so this would make the second tooth of this batch. So far I've been doing pretty good, with the smalls at least. I'll give you guys a second. Can you guys spot the shark tooth? Another one for the books. So with this material, just sift it through the sifter. Basically run your gloves over it, and then any clumps you feel through. And that's how it works. And then if you're lucky, you'll find some good shark teeth. This is actually one of the larger small teeth I found. It looks like the tip's intact. It's got nice serrations, maybe a little ding on the side, but very cool. But the size of a quarter, I think. I don't know. I'm not too versed with American coinage. And just as I stopped recording, I moved a couple more clumps, and this guy fell out. I'm pretty sure when I was showing you guys how to move the material, this guy was rolled out that way. So that's 2. Really cool. A couple more small teeth. Very cool. So I moved over here just because my pile of sifted soil was getting so high that it was kind of getting in the way of me standing comfortably. And we've got another one here. Small one again. Still looking for that meg, hopefully. Or some type of large tooth would be nice. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Got another tooth, different species. Ooh. But don't know what the species. Just pulled out this little tooth. Don't think it's a species that I've found yet today. Look at that curve, that's pretty cool. Very cool. It's got some nice coloration on the tip. So, pulled out a couple already. Slight damage on the tips, plus I don't know what that is, but that looked weird. And it kind of looks shiny like enamel. And we're kind of just finishing up, so I'm sifting through probably my last or second last, and out rolled this guy. Nice last final hurrah. I did really well with the small teeth today. Now that we've got into the cleanup, or after the cleanup, and it's been a couple weeks since these teeth have dried, let's go over some background information on why these teeth are here and why all these teeth from different species of sharks from various different sizes from small to very large can be found in the same area. These finds in front of me come from material that was dug up in South Florida from what is known as a whale kill site. This whale kill site dates back to the Miocene epoch. Much of Florida at the beginning of the Miocene was underwater. Around the few dry pieces of land in Florida during the Miocene, shallow seas dominated the area. It was in these shallow seas that this whale kill site occurred. For whatever reason, whales and porpoises visited this site regularly, enough that they were hunted by the larger species of sharks that existed in the Miocene period. It was in these shallow seas that the previous aforementioned whale kill site is found. At this site, large sharks like the Megalodon hunted whales and porpoises in great numbers. For whatever reason, whales and porpoises seem to visit this site in large enough numbers that it attracted large amounts of large and small sharks. Most likely the smaller shark species that can be found at this site fed on the scraps left behind by the larger species, as some of these smaller species were not physically able to hunt down the larger whales. Because of this, the deposit that these teeth come from is full of teeth from various species of sharks, from small species to very large species. And along with the teeth, whale bones and porpoise bones are found as well, along with other fish fossils such as stingrays, burrfish, and barracuda. In front of me is what I found on the trip, excluding this megalodon, of course. But this is what I found. I personally dug up and found the day I was there. I have split my finds by brokes and holes, though there's some of these holes have minor damage and stuff, but they're 99% there, whereas these are a little bit more damaged. The largest tooth I found is this halostasis. I hope I pronounced that correctly. If not, I'm sure I'll get some comments in the comment section below. It's got kind of these lovely blue-green colors. Unfortunately, the tip was broken, and there's a little bit of damage on the root. So it's a shame it's not whole, but this was the largest one I found. And the halostasis, I believe, is a type of extinct white shark. So, related to the great whites that are alive today in our oceans today. My favorite find of the day was the snaggletooth, or hemiprestis. It has lovely coloration, like a dark reddish brown root with a sandy yellow tip, and almost all of the serrations are there, except for a couple which could be feeding damage or could be modern. It's hard to tell. It doesn't look fresh, so I'm thinking it's just feeding damage, which is okay in my books. But this was my favorite find of the day. I did find some non-shark fossils, some of their relatives. This is a section of a stingray barb. You can still see the fine serrations on the edges. And this piece is part of a ray mouth plate. Now, besides the halostasis, the white shark, and the hemiprestis, the other species of sharks I found were gray sharks, which is a larger grouping of sharks, but most of the teeth here, I believe, are almost all of the teeth here that are gray shark, which are all of these and a couple of these here that I'll show close up. Of the variety of gray shark species, I believe the teeth I found are probably all bull sharks, or there might be some dusky sharks, I've been told. But I could be wrong. This tooth in particular is quite lovely. It's got a nice yellow root and a bluish green tip. Quite lovely colors. The last two shark species I found were the lemons and then the sand tiger. Surprisingly, I didn't find too many lemon teeth, which is one of the most common species of shark's teeth you tend to find in Florida. I just didn't have that much luck with them, but the few that I did find, I found whole, which was nice. I only found one sand tiger tooth. It has a bit of root damage, and it's missing the two little bits. I'll throw the term down at the bottom of the video. I'm not too familiar with the shark tooth terms, but a whole sand tiger shark tooth should have these two little prongs, basically, that this one is missing. And of course, megalodons are also a species that can be found in these deposits. This was a tooth that I won from one of the trip leads. She dug it up while I was there, and all the other teeth and fossils she dug up, she gifted to me. I won it basically through a little bit of a giveaway at the end. We had to guess a number, and whoever was closest to the picked number. These are some good examples of dusky shark teeth. These two came along with some of the teeth I was gifted. Got some interesting colorations. Not as common, I think. So their colorations are a little bit more unique. And the species, I believe, is also less common in these deposits. it seems like it's mostly bull sharks that are common in the deposits. And speaking of bull sharks, here's a handful more of gifted teeth. You can see that with these teeth there are different shapes, and that's because with all shark species, depending on where in the mouth, the shark tooth can have either just a slight different shape than another tooth in a different section of the mouth, or in some cases, for example, let's say bull sharks here, the differences are a lot more noticeable. For example, if you compare this tooth to that tooth, you can see there's quite a difference. This one has a lot more curve, whereas this one is a lot more of a straighter tooth. Here are some more examples of lemon teeth, and you can just see the wide variety of colorations and even patterns if you look at this tooth. And that's the big draw of this location, is the coloration. The coloration is one of the big reasons that people choose to dig at this location. Now, one species of shark that I didn't get to find any teeth of was the tiger shark species. But thankfully, in that giveaway I won a handful of tiger shark teeth, and then I was also gifted a couple more. So now I have a spread of different tiger shark teeth, and kind of like the gray shark, there are varieties of tiger sharks that existed in the past. And hopefully I can number out these teeth for you guys while I'm editing and give you guys the species names, because off the top of my head, I do not know any of the species of tiger sharks. But these are some pretty cool shark teeth. And in fact, this tiger shark tooth in particular, this one was in the giveaway that I won. It's a great example of a shark tooth that has changed its color pretty drastically from when it was dug up, because at this site, the shark teeth, you have to give them some time to dry off. And in that period of time, which is about a month from what I've been told, the color of the teeth can change drastically. And this is an example of that. I'll throw up a picture. I managed to snap a picture of this tooth when it was just pulled out, just after it was pulled out, and the color difference is pretty noticeable. This shark vertebrae was another fossil that was gifted to me. It was in that giveaway that I won, and it's a lovely little example of a shark vertebra. Now this brings us to the end of the video. Please, in the description below, let me know which teeth that I showed you found the most interesting or you liked the most. I have a feeling most people are going to say the Meg is pretty cool, because it is. Or maybe the Hemipriestess, the snaggletooth. I'm pretty partial to that one just because of the colors, and I like snaggletooths. I've figured that out. I find them quite cool. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video.